I'm going to show you how the GIF creator works to make animated GIFs using your custom graphic designs. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is, and bear in mind that this is an upgraded feature, so depending on your member level, you may or may not have access to it. If you don't see the GIF icon over here, you'll need to upgrade in order to access it. When I click this, it's going to open a little tab here at the bottom. Now, for this to work, what we need to do is load a graphic design in. You can customize it any way you want, get the design where you want it to be, and then you just click on Add Slide. That's going to create it as a slide. Now, what's really important when you're making GIFs is that you use the same size design each time. If I use a 1080 by 1080 square and then a 468 by 60 banner, it's going to look silly because there's going to be a huge amount of white space between each slide in the GIF. So what you want to do is stick to designs that are the same size. Now, there's a number of cool things that I can do with this. If I want to make something appear like it's flashing in terms of like the color, I can go in here and I can change the font color, let's say to orange, right? And then I can add this as another slide. So now what'll happen is it'll look like almost like an animated GIF flashing button, because the beauty will be black and then orange, black and then orange. And so it gives it appearance of movement or flashing, but you're not limited to using the same design for multiple things. So I can go back here for multiple slides within the GIF. So I can go back here and I can go back to question, and I can load another design, and I can add this as a slide as well. So you literally can create basically like a slideshow effect of a bunch of designs. You could create a feeling of flashing or movement based on animation, based on different colors, based on shapes appearing or disappearing, or becoming more or less transparent. You know, I could change the transparency of a transparent image on the graphic design from one slide to the next and make it look like it's gradually appearing or disappearing. The number of things you can do is only limited by your imagination. Now, what you'll notice down here is it says the number of seconds. Okay, this is how long that slide is going to display. They don't all have to display for the same amount of time. So if I want this to appear for 1 second, which is the default, and then this one to appear for 2, I just change that to 2. And this one will appear for 1 second, then this 2 seconds, then this 1 second, and it'll go back around. Now, the other thing is you can duplicate any of these by clicking on the little clone icon, or delete any of them by clicking on the delete. Once I have them where I want, okay, I can preview it, and if I preview it, it's going to show me right here in real time what it's going to look like. I can also change the settings for how large I want the animated GIF to be. Now, there are presets for the sizes, or you can enter a custom size. Okay, in this particular case, these graphics I'm using are 1080 wide by 1080 tall. So I want them to be 1080 by 1080 in order for, okay, apparently they're not, because it's auto adjusting for me. All right, so if I go 1080 by 1013 is what the correct size would be for this. All right, and then the quality I want to be 10. All right, because that's the highest quality. Now what that's going to do is it's going to make the largest possible image size, but that's okay. The GIF actual file is going to be larger by making this as big as I make it. Okay, so we've got this, and now I can preview it. I can also post it to social media the same way I post a regular design, or I can export it. And if I click export, it's going to download this for me, and sometimes it takes a minute to render. You can see it just did. And I can rename it whatever I want. I can pull this up, and you can see now I've got this GIF image. And what's great about this is I can use this image anywhere I want. This is an animated GIF image that now I can go ahead and I can post this on any social media. I can use it on my websites. I can use this literally wherever I want. And so what's great is you can get high quality, high resolution GIFs. And by the way, if you need to look at the designer again, while you're creating this, you just click the minus. Okay, that will make the little GIF animation tab disappear. Then if you need to pull it back up, you just click on this again. All right, so if you're doing something with the designer and you need to be able to do that, you can completely do that. But you can see that that is an awesome way to create animated GIFs that then you can use in any of your marketing, any of your websites, whatever, and you can make any size animation with a number of slides in them. You can change how long each of the slides displays. You can change anything you want in each individual slide. So there's a tremendous amount of things you can create with that based on how creative that you are.